So in this lecture we are going to be focused on wireless structure, wireless components, wireless setting and wireless hacking. So wireless became a most popular right now, and even in our homes we all are using wireless. So it's not for just for business use or business need only, it became also a personal need. Now wireless, this is to connect some computers together and to able to work in a network, to connect through the internet or use shared devices. But there is some clarification that we need to do as a beginning of this. So now think about it. When it comes to the wireless, that send your information in air and it broadcasts the information. It's not like wire to ear information is sent over the wire. In this case, your information is sent over the air wireless that are using radio waves and regular waves. As this is only a very complicated issue that you need to like to verify when you work on wireless, or when people try to do something like penetration testing on wireless, because it may cause some legal problem that has different frequency. The specific frequency in regular wave is called the analysis frequency, and this is where we should, or this is where we all our devices is licensed frequency, and you can check the approved analysis frequency and the frequency that is that you can use without getting a permission from the authenticity. So if we go to this ITU with this organization website that actually identify or explain what is the unlicensed frequency on each country. So my point is, beginning of that is you should not be going and playing with frequency and this is kind of a thing unless you are aware of that what is legal and what is illegal. And in this lecture we are only going to focus about the legal part. We will not pose you any kind of problems, so that's why we are like to focus on the legal part. Now wireless, it's very effective right now, and because think about it, when you are talking about effectiveness and when you have a wireless network, this is actually more easier than use a wire network. So environment network that we can move, and we can also stuck to a cable, or we don't need to sit in a specific place where there is a cable. So in wireless everything is much more easier, besides all the new devices that we right now having built-in wireless adapter. So you don't need to install anything. When you get a smartphone, you can connect with it with a GPF45 cable connector, and it has a built-in wireless that don't support any wire network. Even most of the new laptops right now don't even have a wire network. So it seems that we are going to need to upgrade all to the wireless. Now in the next lecture we will be explaining what is the wireless component, and I let you build a small wireless network that, and to know what is setting and what you need to be done on a wireless, because when you understand the setting you will understand what is its weakness. So in this next lecture we are going to explain the wireless component and how to build a wireless network. So now in this video we are going to explain the Wi-Fi LAN component, so wireless component. So now if you decide to implement a wireless network, what exactly do you need? So you are gonna need a client. So this could be a laptop that has a wireless network adapter, or a mobile or a tab that has a personal computer who is a wireless network. So you need a client, and also you are gonna need a wireless router where this wire is routed, and that will be connected to the internet, and that will transfer traffic to the wireless. And you are gonna also need an access point in case you have a big network and you need to be covered, and you cannot be covered to just one wireless network. In most of the cases in our home we just have one device acting as a wireless router, as an access point. Now assume that you decide to build an wireless LAN at home. So you went and you bought a wireless router and you need to configure this router. So in this lecture I am going to show you the configuration of the basic method that of the client. So no configuration will be needed. So you just need to connect to the wireless network. So you just scan and connect to the wireless network, but all the settings will be done on the wireless router, so sometimes referred to as access point. So you can do that yourself using one of the simulator that I am going to share or talk about you. So which is Cisco Packet Tracker. Just search Cisco Packet Tracker. So just download this and this will be like this application or software. So packet tracker is similar to that, allow you to benefit the network wired and wireless and a different kind of component, but on this lecture we are going to focus on wireless and what is the setting that need to be done on a wireless network and what are the weaknesses. I mean, in my point here to show you how to build a wireless network. So to show you that, the first problem we have is wireless network on a proper setting. So most people, especially at home, are just plug and play. They do not put the right setting on the wireless router or their access point, and by doing that anyone can hack to their wireless setup. So if someone had your wireless network, it's not just he will be able to access the internet through your network, he don't have to pay anything, but actually it's like you are getting an intruder inside your home or inside your organization. He can connect to all of the machines that are connected to this network. He can see what are those machines like mobile or computer or PCs or laptops, anything. So it's like when someone cracks your password, your wireless password or will compromise, and your wireless network is like getting an intruder inside your house or inside your organization. So let me show you the setting what is to be done, and let me show you what this is the proper configuration. So if you open this Cisco Tracker and download and install first, it's quite easy, and this program you will find that we have a wireless router in here. So just click a wireless router, then take like a laptop. So let me take a laptop. So to see what configuration we used to do when we should do on a wireless router. So when you go and buy the wireless router, you can connect to the wireless router using the web or using the program later on. So I will be talk about that in the future to show you how to connect your wireless router setting using the web. So once you connect the wireless, you will get a similar skin. Maybe option will be in different places or different like interfaces, but it should be on nearly similar on everywhere. Any wireless router should have this same option. So if you go to any configuration, as you can see, there is a lots of like display name, host name, or any of the static configuration that you want to do, or running configuration. So this is when you scan a network. So if you check the routing static IP, you have to, like as you can see, set the network or mask, and these are all the command equivalent. So all you will be doing in here, it will be all commanded in here. So it's a very nice little easier graphical interface. Also you can see VLAN database, you will add or remove any VLAN database that you want in here. Then the interface, as you can see, you can select your MAC address in here, your IP address, subnet, mask, and etc. etc. You can choose any of these as you want. So you have two settings. Then the one have this one, configure the console. So it's better to use to configure VLAN from a config mode, because database is being deprecated, and also you can check on all of those. So all types of things are in there. So as you can see, you can choose any of this card feature or single port serial or even a dual connection. So you can choose or customize an icon in a physical view. You can choose an icon, you can customize the logical view. So that's the basic thing about the router. And from the laptop, so what you can do is you can just check configuration setting that you want to, like what you want your gateway to static or DHP, or gateway IPv6 is your static. You can check and give your IP6 password. Then your algorithm setting is better to give it a global. Then also your user interface, as you can see, similarly like router, you can give your local IP address. You can type IP address or static. Most of us use static, but you can also use DHCP. So all those settings that are in here. And also you can choose your IP configuration. As you can see, you can choose any IP configuration in here, and you can choose. So as you can see, if you want to be a dial-up modem, you can use it in here, but you need to be connected. And also web browser, as you can see, you can check all of these settings here. PC wireless, as you can see, it says that PC wireless interface is required, because I don't have it, that's why it's showing in here. You can get your traffic generator in here, so you can get ping, DNS, any of these things that you want, even for HTTPS, FTP, all of those source IDs. And even you can select auto port. Then you can even configure your mail using these, and PPOP dialer. So this is the username and password that you will connect in the wireless router. So this is the main user and password. So it's better to, you can use it in here. And also you can use, this is the IPv4 firewall, and this is the IPv6 firewall. So if you can set up your firewall, all of those from here. So as you can see, there's a lots of settings that you can also you can just I don't think I can click this in here. So as you can see, cannot remove a module when the power is on. So you have to turn off your power module. So that's the all of the setting you need to do to get a proper router setting. So finally, the one good thing that you should consider to set is when you assign an SSID and configure all devices, or like laptop, smartphone, or everything that has been configurable, it will be recommend to go and disable the speaking. So usually when you open your wireless while listening, you should find that under an option called SIG. It could be have a like different name, and could be an SSID, could be a broadcasting speaking SSID. So the same function that to disable all the on this. So one of the best practices is to always disable that once you finish configuring your client. So once all your client is connected, you can just start. Now in the second part, once you finish the basic proper setting, then from the wireless putting like SSID from all of those tools, wireless and router laptops. Adjusting your configuration is better to do, as previously saw how we can adjust all of those configuration in here. So do not keep the default password as it is. It's better to use a powerful key, and do not choose like web or WPA, because in the next lecture I'm going to show you how to break them and make sure it's applicable to have a read on your software, so one of the machine that it can be in different layer of authentication. So that's all about this lecture.